Hi, how are you here? All in all my channels. This is your friend Clara Govela, but now we have a very special guest straight out from London, UK, Leyton Benta. It's a multi-award winning independent singer, songwriter, actor, and entrepreneur. His purpose is to bring love and authenticity into music, reinventing substance globally. The intentions with his journey is to leave a foundation to all generations and backgrounds. As there is a song we apprehended for everyone. Uh, Here I read in your bio that at age 6, you were participating at a school Christmas concert, and then you discovered that you sing. Yes, and you're an inspiration to everyone here in the music world in London, there in London and in the world. Yes, I saw that you had a presentation in New York too. So it was amazing to see that you are in all the world, and you had experience like bullying, heartbreak, racism, prejudice, but that's
There's a
what
lot.
was yes, and that's the message of your music. So I love it. I love what you
Thank
do.
you.
I love that you see the light in all people, but you are a light. Being a light, it's a very beautiful thing because you inspire everyone to see that they're valuable, they can do things in life, they cannot be like uh, uh, they have to have love in the world. We cannot be human beings without love. Everyone
Exactly.
deserves love.
We all
So
do.
so welcome to my channels, Leyton
Thank
Benta.
you.
For me, it's an honor to have you here.
Hey, I
And
appreciate it, Clara. Thank you very much for having me today. I really appreciate it.
yes, I saw one of your songs that I loved. It's
Which one was that?
the, the one that it's finding yourself.
Find
So it's
yourself.
find
Yeah,
yourself. Find yourself is one of the songs that I love because I think that the meaning is to go to your inner self and to
hmm
find out what your purpose in life is. I don't know if I'm all right with that song, but
No, absolutely. I mean, that's the beauty about the message because it's very universal and everyone interprets is the way that they feel and the way people can take it into their own journeys is always a particular sign of growth because this find yourself is always going within. It's all internal. And because there's so much that's going on in the world, generally, not just today, but just through histories, centuries, I just felt it was important to do something that was going to be global and universal, that everyone will be receptive because everyone has a story and we all have something that we convey soulfully. And that's why I feel when it comes to content that I create, I feel it's important with all the inputs that I put in because it defines the influence and energies that you give into the world. And because I'm very sensitive emotionally to the world and people, I feel I wanted to be that vessel of light and substance to be able to shine a particular vibration that I felt is not highlighted. It's very rare to have something substantial in this world today, especially in the music of the day, especially. So I wanted to break that cycle. I felt it was a need. I felt I had a calling, from the universe to be able to break the norm and to reinvent a new substance so that everyone can actually feel this healing resonance because it's an everyday priority for me, Clara. Honestly, it's just truly everything embedded inside of me, truthfully.
yes, and you say in one of your interviews that I saw on YouTube, you say
hmm
that you like to do songs pure of heart. Yes, pure of
Yes,
heart. So
only.
only pure of heart and not like go and do songs that anyone tells you to do. Yes, it's what you want to do, of course.
Exactly, exactly. And that's why I took a stand. I took a stand for who I was. I knew exactly what I was open to do and what I was not open to do, because it's important with what we stand for in this life. And, our integrity, our hearts, our expressions is very important for this world. And that's why I felt it's important that within the expression of your own experiences is important to be able to share the light through your uncertainties, because I see it as speaking for the silent. You're here to speak for those who cannot express, but who have suppressed so much emotion due to, society, how people have been brought up in their families and the influences they've been around in life, the people they meet, the people they encounter. And I feel it's important for someone to speak out unapologetically, even if others disagree, because as long as you're not doing harm to anyone, but you're giving something informative, I always feel if it comes from you, it's always a true winner with the expression, because it's real. And when it's coming from the heart, it's going to be engraved. It's going to be engraved through with a lot of people in the right way. And it was always my mission to making sure that I do something that's going to be around for a timeless period.
No, that's beautiful and amazing. Yes, if you have that goal, it's something that it has to be around the world. That's why I have you here. That's why I have you
hey!
here. So, all the audience of Mexico, all the audience of Argentina, all the audience of Ecuador, of Venezuela, or of all the world, of US, of Canada, that are seeing us right now, can see what Leyton Benta is. It's not only music, it's music with a message that has to be with your story. That's right. That's I got it right. I got it right.
Everything. No, you've got it. You've got it, Clara. That's it. It's everything. It's truly everything that's stemmed within. It's like there's always something that's just oozing out of you every single time, because I feel it's a responsibility that I really have to give to this world, and someone's got to do it.
Yes, of course. As writers, we create. As writers, we create. So, and we give a message with the words. So, when do you begin writing, or when do you discover that writing has to be, and given the voice to that writing has to be?
Sure, no worries. You know what? It's been a real emotional journey, like from birth leading up to now, because so much transitions have happened throughout the time. With regards to the whole writing perspective, that started around age 8. And because it was early, it was really early. And I remember having a keyboard. There was a keyboard that was at home, and I always, just pressed on melodies, making up different songs. And I was unaware that I was doing it, but something stemmed within me whilst experimenting. So what came with that naturally were words and expression. When it came to the singing perspective, I was actually forced at age 6 to be part of a school Christmas concert. So that's how I discovered that I could sing, by being put into an uncomfortable predicament on a stage with a group of people to sing a lead. That's how it got me to finally discovering that, wow, I actually can sing. Because I was brought up on very good music, like good soul, good R&B music from the heart. And from those experiences, I had like a melody that was within me, but didn't know I could sing. So it took the teacher testing out different students for different lines in the song. So when it came to me, you can only imagine how nervous I was, because I never sung. But I had melody within me, just didn't know how it would sound when vibrating. So when I vibrated, everyone stopped and looked at me as if I did something wrong. I was thought, uh-oh, what did I do? And then the teacher called me out off the stage afterwards to speak with me. So, and then she emphasized that it was beautiful with actually what I projected. And because I was so confused, but something felt good to me at the same time, she gave me a confirmational message saying, Leyton, if this was to be something for later on as a career or whatever it might be, there's a particular calling for you. So next thing you know, I did take those words into consideration. It was a lot overwhelming that time. So then that's what determined making every necessary input to being the best that I could be, to being this iconic, not just a singer, but iconic, like this legend, but legend in terms of being able to heal the world through what I do. And because I knew that there was a bigger purpose, more than just myself and all that I was projecting. So that's where it discovered through music and songwriting and composing and producing, because everything all came along with that naturally without even having being taught how to do it or how to perform. It all came naturally as time developed. You become better because you work at your craft. But I knew that there was something bigger for me to vibrate something in this world that you won't see most celebrities or people in the public eye do. I've had to break that norm and share my authenticity. It was everything to me.
Yes, of course. And I saw an interview there in the YouTube when you say that you had a lot of contracts in front of you, and you say,
Yeah.
no, this is not for me. So
Mm-mm.
that's the thing. You have to see what you really want to do, and you are certain of what you want to do, and that's what I like, because the an authentic human being, it's someone that says no to something
Yeah.
and knows what you can do, really what you really want to do, what's the message for the world, and everything. So I love that. I love that. So
Thank you, Clara.
yes, I love that. And there's a special song for you, a favorite song that you.
Wow. There's so many songs. If I was to say currently, um, in terms of my song wise, I would say right now my special song would be "Find Yourself." It would be between "Find Yourself" and "Chrysalis Smile" for me.
Yes.
Um, and the reason why I emphasize that is because, I mean, every song has its message and impact. But I feel those two songs in particular is an everyday song, just like the others. But there's something emphasizing with these songs that is truly, it would reach people in different realms. Even if, for example, someone didn't know who I was, or they discovered me maybe 5 years later from now. But it's like, it was important with the content I put out, because when you leave something, you're sowing seeds so that later on down the line, when you're physically not here, people will discover your music one way or another. So when they approach that song, you never know what it actually gets people through, by you being that expression to actually bring them through all of the uncertainties themselves by just discovering me. And that's why it's not about myself being this famous individual. I care about people who I generally impact. It really is mattered to me because I'm a big humanitarian when it comes to my music and songs. So Chrysalis Smile is not only just based on children with disabilities, but it's generally people around the world, because it's to do with all creeds, backgrounds, ages, and races, because we are all generally one naturally. And that's why I wanted to highlight what I felt was overlooked. And that comes with my music and content and generally everything I stand as a man, you know?
Yes, yes, and it's a special message for Chris. How do you say it?
Chrysalis.
It's I saw the video and it was like, wow, this message is
Oh,
for everyone. Yes,
thank you.
not only for children with disabilities, is for every children, for every young guy, for every adult, for everyone. Yes,
Everybody. There's something
yes,
that everyone can feed on that can and
yes.
bring an enlightenment.
I connect with you in the sense that I talk about forgiveness and I
Mm,
talk about resilience. So I
that's
think
you.
your songs have that message too: resilience and forgiveness, acceptance,
Mm,
and everything of that. It's one of my goals in the world with my writings. I do that with the message of
awesome.
my writings. Yes, some of the people that read "Forgiveness is a Gift" told me once, you changed my life by reading this book, and only reading it, but because I have workshops about it. If they do the workshop, it's going to be huge. The change is going to be huge too.
There you
So
go.
we connect in the message, and we have a
Completely.
responsibility as creators. So how do you connect your life with a song?
Woo! Well, you know what? There's no particular kind of structure I would say that I do things with regards to, connecting it regarding the songs and my life. I just saw it as a thing where there's so much that I've encountered regarding these experiences through the uncertainties that were the inspiration for many of the songs created. And not only just that, just generally what I've seen in life, the things I've discovered, what I felt was missing in the world, what I felt was being censored, and I felt I wanted to uncensor that. I wanted to be able to speak fluently and boldly, even if others look at me differently or negatively, because somewhat I just saw it as a thing where I am here for a purpose to be able to speak on things that people are not going to. And the one thing we can never do, Clara, is to rely on people who are already on the TV and who are celebrities, because within how the music and the system and everything works, it's not in a good form of light. And that's why when I recognized the things that I felt was brainwashing people, I needed to unravel people's minds by putting forward what I do to bring them back on the surface of true empathy, that power within, to know that they truly are their own source of unconditional love as well, so that we are all vibrating on the high frequency. There's just so much that really can be expressed about this. Honestly, we could be going on for hours.
Yes, I
There's
know
so
that.
much.
I know that. Yes, and that's sure. We have inspirations in life. My inspiration is my family, my
Mm,
kids, my husband, nature, uh,
yes.
people that I meet, and that's right. And there's a connection. There's a connection. What when we create, there's a connection when we create. So,
Yeah.
do you a song that was difficult for you doing? Do you have a song that was difficult for you doing?
Song that was difficult. Whoa. Um, I guess I would really have to think about that one, Clara, because I can't quite think of it actually. Because I know when it comes to, do you mean in terms of my own or just generally other music generally?
Well, in of the connection of your life, it was
Um,
some song that was difficult for you to write it down, or because
to
it
be honest with you,
connected too much with your life.
I felt generally, because it's an emotional process with me when it comes to creating music generally, there's always a form of discomfort with regards to any song that I could write about. Because when you are expressing your story or just things you've seen, whatever you witness, whatever it is, there's always a form of uncomfortability when it comes to going furtherly every time, because you're always reaching more, and it struck so much of your character furtherly more the more you unravel. And and by going within, I knew that it had to be something I had to do, even if it means being uncomfortable, because that's a sign of your growth. That's how we grow at the end of the day. Had everything have been so easily and just been given to us, it wouldn't have been the same. We wouldn't have had the vision we have. We wouldn't have had the need of our purpose to be out there had we have not been through the uncertainties. So I would definitely say that every song has its own form of emotion and interpretation and process.
It's like books. When you
The
write,
same,
it's the
exactly.
same. You go to your inner self and everything, and when you finish the work, you're another person.
Yeah, exactly. It's
So
true. Yeah.
that's true. That's true. Yes. Um, what? When will you have a concert there in London? I know that you have a lot of concerts in Chelsea Palace and in London and in a lot of A lot of
there's
places there.
there's been a lot going on. But currently what's in talks right now is to having a different show every month for a Leyton Benta show. It's currently in talks at the moment. It hasn't been fully confirmed, but it's in process at the moment of being sorted out. But what I have been doing over the time, I had my own, um, it was called Take It to the Streets. It was an independent tour that I did all over London, in central parts of London, to basically perform not only just my records, but it was different particular of the greats, like really old school artists from back in the day, to be able to reinvent more substance that I feel people need to be reminded of the sensitivity that us as men and us as women and people as women, everybody, to be more in tune with the internal emotion, because that's our true strength. When we alliterate these emotions, the world becomes more beautiful. And not only that, people become more beautiful to people, and it builds more relationship in the most fundamental way. So so that's currently where everything's at. I had my own Zoom shows before as well. But right now, currently, I'm more focused solely on these Leyton Benta shows that I plan for every month moving forward. I will only just mention to everybody who's tuning in to just follow the social medias and just stay up to date with the next shows and more on this journey. Certainly.
No, that's great, because you're in the parks, in the street, and sharing your work. So
Mm-hmm.
no, all artists do that. All the artists don't do that, but they.
It was important to
Right.
get out there. It was important, Clara, because I said that, when it comes to speaking your truth, it doesn't matter what form you do it. As long as you are getting your message out there, you are going to grab someone out there in this world, which will then link to, because as much as we all generally got to make a living, that's very important. We all got to breathe, but I rather do it the right way, where people gravitate to you because it's your heart. And then whilst through that, we all grow together, through this journey, because it's not just about me, it's far beyond that. It actually is generally for everyone, because it's just a duty and a big responsibility for everything I give out, because it's like when you go to bed at night and you lay your head on that pillow, it's like, do you feel satisfied with regards to the inputs you've catered forward to every day to doing some form of justice in this world? That I'm a deep thinker. It's like I really feel so much, and that's why being connected, it's important to have that recuperation time, have that time to yourself too, because we give, so we need to restore too, because a lot of people can take
Yes.
our energies. So that's why I feel the purpose is a major need for the world to receive for as long as we're here living and breathing.
So how do you have your energies again, or how do you restore your energies? That's so very great,
It's key.
great question.
How I do it, I'll give a few things. So normally I like to do meditation. That's important for me. I love melodies. I love just, laying back and just being still, which doesn't mean being quiet, but you're taking in, you're basically leading yourself to the non-resistance, where everything is settling from your world. You're shutting away from what's going on to be able to rebuild and re-nurture, because we need a lot of time for that. I know I do for certain. And generally, as I do like being out in the nature myself, is very important with what we connect with out there, because I feel that's when we get more into source with who we are, to remind ourselves of what we are and who we are. And I do like to also do some reading as well on some downtime, but it's not just on anything, it's just generally resources that I feel is actually going to help me grow and expand prior to everything of where I'm already at. And I just see it as every day is some form of self-nurturing and self-development. It's just something we're consistently doing for as long as we're physically here.
Yes, and we have to learn every day from everything that we see, the positive things that we see. Because if you have
Yeah.
a sad song, if you're hearing a sad song, you're gonna be like sad all day. So
we need a good blend, and we need a good blend, but it helps us to evolve in ways that we felt sometimes or feel sometimes, but we felt we didn't even have.
yes,
So it's a beautiful thing.
it's beautiful. So where can we follow you? You have a website, and you have all your channels and everything. I already saw that, and it's amazing. So
Thank you, Clara.
can you tell our audience where can we find you?
No problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank everyone for listening. For anybody who would like to connect with my love reinvention journey, you can find me at leytonbenta.com/music. That's the main website. But for anybody who's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever websites in particular, just type in Leyton, Leyton, Benta, Benta, space legacy. You'll be able to find me on all platforms, and it will be a privilege to connect with every single one of you.
Can you sing to us a little, or you want to add anything you want to add? Because you sing. So
sure. I'll tell you what, I'll sing a little something. I'll just literally be in the moment, nothing sports about. I just go with whatever I feel from here. Okay. Where there's love, there's always a reason to breathe. 'Cause I wanna touch the lives of many people. This is more than music. 'Cause this is why I take a step. This is why I devote myself to the world. Just a little something. Thank you, Clara.
Bravo. Decimos en México, bravo.
Thank you, Clara. I appreciate it.
No, it was beautiful. I love your voice, because your voice, it's a clue for the message. Yes, and your voice is from your heart and from your soul.
Always.
Yes, always. I sing too. So when I sing songs that I feel like mine. Not only sad songs and everything, because in Mexico we have a lot of sad songs. A lot of sad songs. But I already found songs that are positive songs and that connect with me. So I love that type of music. Sad songs are not my favorite. Mariachi songs and everything. They're not. There are only some of mariachi songs that are my favorites.
But a few selective.
Yes, I'm selective with music. I think that music is message for the world, and it's something that is rich for the world. Es una riqueza. It's rich for the world, and it has a lot of meaning. And everything is a song for me. Everything is a song. When I wake up, I sing, and my kids are like, "Mom, don't be singing. We have to sing because we're happy."
Of course.
Yes.
We got to raise that vibration,
Yes.
But Clara, if just before we come off, do we have time just to talk about just quickly, just let people know about the current documentary that's out?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
I saw that the trailer of their documentary. Can you tell us about it, please?
Sure, no problem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for those who have been on this journey, I thank you. And for those who are now newly getting to know me, I just want to let everybody in on this journey of mine. So recently, I filmed for my official Leyton Benta documentary. And the reason why I decided to do that is because solely I felt that because of my mission and everything I've encountered from birth leading up to now within the journey, I felt it was very educational and informative with the information that comes with the journey so that it can really help enhance the world. What led to this decision? I remember just before the end of last year, 2021, I thought to myself and felt to myself that it was time to get some form of documentary out because so much has happened. The next thing you know, I have a very dear friend who's like he's a very close brother to me. His name's Pedro Galansky. He was actually the videographer for the documentary, so I just want to give him some respect. So he confirmed to me and he says, "Hey, hey brother, hope you're well. How about the beginning of 2022, we start filming for a Leyton Benta documentary?" I'm like, whoa, okay. So he confirmed it for me. So next thing you know, the beginning of January, we had a couple of days filming for this project, and it was at my place. Where when you bring someone into your world, you're revealing yourself spiritually naked, which means you're not taking off your clothes, but I mean being spiritually naked, where you're letting someone into the uncertainties, the ins and outs, everything that has happened. And I'm thankful for him because he was the right individual to be able to share that sentiment of expression along with his gifts, along with my gifts, and us coming with the story to enhance it. So the trailer is currently out on YouTube. Many people have seen it and they've left wonderful feedback, and just want to give a huge thank you to everyone who took the time to support this movement. So this overall documentary is going to be 2 hours and 18 minutes. So that's a very long documentary. It's very lengthy, a lot of depth that comes with it, because I'm going to be speaking on things that's going to be uncomfortable for people too, because they're going to be finding out what the world truly is as well, what's behind certain things that go on, events. So right now, the main focus for this documentary is right now raising some funds to have this premiered. So to actually have its own personal private VIP screening. But I feel it truly deserves, Clara, because of so much of what's been put into this journey to benefit this world timelessly. So there's going to be a GoFundMe that's going to be put together. I don't have a specific date when it's going to be live yet, because I have to get the introduction done with the videographer. But right now, that's the goal, to raise a certain amount. So then it leads to the opportunity of people attending the screenings by what they donate, which will also be a access of people getting to intimately, get to know who I am, face to face, which I feel is important, other than doing things virtual or doing through messages or links. Nothing's better than the physical presence. And because I'm a big humanitarian, it's important that everyone truly feels me, not only just by what they see, but they get to see and feel who the actual person is behind the camera. So I just want to say, stay tuned, guys, and keep following the social medias as more updates are in development. But I can't wait for this to get out, Clara, because I feel everyone in the world needs to receive this. I mean, everyone, because this is going to be really a symphony to people's release. So I can't wait.
Yes, it's your life. So when you reflect your life, when you reflect your life, you reflect everything about you. Yes,
everything.
And with all your with all your love, with all your heart, and to the testimonies help people to grow too.
Always.
Always. It's very important. Yes, it has to be done, and I'm waiting. I will be waiting for it, and we will share it here. We will share it here in my channel, so they can see your documentary and they can see what you do. Yes, and here in this video, I'm going to put all the links of your music videos, everything in YouTube, so they can go and in your website, so they can go and they can know Leyton Benta. And I am very happy to have people like you that are fighting for acceptance, for resilience, being a light in the world. And that's what we do here too in Centro Claraboela, but writing books. So, and helping writers to explore themselves, to grow writing, and it's amazing. And meditation is the word that I loved too, and Ho'oponopono and mindfulness and everything, and the energy that the sun brings to us, nature. I connect a lot with that. So it's beautiful to meet people like that. Connection for me, it's wonderful. And it's not going to be only this interview. We will have a lot of interviews, and when you have your documentary, I will have you here too, so you can tell us about it, how it felt doing all your work there with the documentary, because you are an actor too. You're an actor too, since you were little. So you're a singer and an actor, a songwriter. You do a lot of things, and you want to have your message in all the world. That's why I have you here, so Mexico audience can see you, and Latin American audience can see you. So thank you, Leyton Benta, for this interview. It's an honor
appreciate it.
to have you here.
Thank you. And I just want to say a quick thank you to Tanya Hajiva as well, a very good friend of mine, for getting us connected,
Yes.
you know, because it led us to being connected today. So I'm thankful to her as well.
Yes, as well. And it's a friend to me too. So we have friends in common. So Tanya, how are you? Send you a hug, please. Okay. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to everyone here in tuning us. And if you didn't see it and you're going to see the recording, don't worry. You will have a lot of wise comments and a lot of light with this video. So see it.
Thank you.
Don't miss it.
Thank you so much, Clara.
Thanks.